This week's video covers 5 storage ideas that you might find useful in your house or small space living. My name's Marianne and I am part-time boater. The first idea is how to clear off your dinette or your dining room table when you've been working using laptops and all sorts of technology. This space under the dinette is unused except for my guitar and some storage baskets. But how to utilise that space under there? Well, we've discovered some under-shelf baskets and we put 2 under our dinette, but we leave them empty. And the reason for that is when we've been using our laptops and we need to clear away to eat off the dining table, we can then put our laptops away. So I find that a rather nifty idea. The second idea that I have is somewhere to store all the chargers and cables and things that are associated with all that tech. So I bought 2 little narrow tubs that slip underneath the gunnel if you're on a boat, and if you're not on a boat they are narrow enough just to sit on the dining room table next to your laptops, or even fit into the baskets underneath your table, and you can store all your accessories for your laptop like chargers, memory sticks, etc. I found that really useful. Now we had a very messy alcove, and it was messy not because it was clutter but because it was food, and we needed to find a way of storing the food easily. So we bought a 3rd basket, under-shelf basket, and all our things are neatly stored inside there. I say things, all our food is neatly stored there. Now come Christmas I think the food will be off the shelf and maybe about 4 bottles of wine will fit on there. So we haven't tried that yet, but that's on the way. The 4th idea is how to access your cupboards. Now we all have cupboards, whether you're on a narrowboat or in a home, and the cupboards are usually quite deep. Well, I had some plastic tubs that came at Christmas time with crackers in them, and I had quite a collection. Well, now they're inside the cupboard storing jars and dried food, and they act as drawers. It also leaves space behind the tub where we store things like flasks that we don't need all the time but we do need to store somewhere, and cereals store very nicely down the side. So if you've got any plastic tubs, that's what you could use in your cupboards. So you just take out the whole tub, find what you need and put it back. It also means that we're not buying twice because we know exactly what we've got in the tubs. Our last idea is actually to use a breadbox, put on its side and secured to the wall. Now we're on a narrowboat and therefore it's in the engine room, and it means that there's a space there for maps, keys, phones, but more importantly mugs of tea, and it's really efficient use of space. Now there's a bonus hack here. Underneath the bread box you can see 2 command hooks, and it's a very neat place to store a windlass, easy to hand, so when Peter's single-handedly on the boat he can just take it from there, grab the rope, get off the boat and do what he needs to. So 5 ideas that you might need or find useful in your home or narrowboat, and a bonus idea for storing a windlass, definitely for a narrowboat and not a house. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you taking the time to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And thank you for watching. So until next week and next week's video, bye.